Coming at you live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. Hey, guys, you're now home with Dodgers Nation and Jim Beam, but make sure you drink responsibly. Ting, as Doug would say. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram. That guy is the legendary. He's a man about town on the internet right now. Doug McCain, DMac_LA. Happy Friday, Doug.
Happy Friday to you, my guy. I'm doing better than great. Dodgers won 8 of their last 10 games, 4 straight series. You know my happiness is linked to the Dodgers' success or failure, so I'm feeling really good here on this Fun Friday show, Mr. Pasillas.
Yeah, you really enjoy the Fun Friday show.
I love the Fun Friday show.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on another Fun Friday show. Drop into the comments. Let us know where you're representing Dodgers Nation tonight. Leave your area codes, the zip codes, whatever it is. Not a zip code. That's too many numbers to remember. But leave your area codes. Let us know your city. Let us know all that kind of fun stuff and what you guys want to talk about with the Dodgers. Of course, we're going to talk a lot about the Padres, other things on today's show. We want to talk about Kenley Jansen. It's going to come a little bit later in the show, so hang out. All the latest news and updates out of Dodger camp, what we'll call it. And everybody's talking about Dodgers Padres. So we wanted to do a little bit different here. Doug got really drunk, and it's like, I'm going to make it where we're drafting.
It's going to be fun. I'm going to love it, man.
We're going to have a Dodgers-Padres lineup draft, and then we'll look at the series and make our predictions for the series. We also got to remind you, this is a podcast. We're on all your podcast platforms, so do check it out. Subscribe there. Subscribe to us, youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. Did you know, like, only, I think it's like 47% of you guys subscribe, but you watch us still? You should do the subscribe, and then Doug will send you a topless photo of himself.
100,000
Please subscribe.
Can we promise that? Well, I'm getting word we cannot promise that, but let's get into the comments, Doug. What you got, Chief?
I got one from DKM. He is a Dodgers Nation loyal. He's a day one here at Dodgers Nation. He says, hey, Clint, hey, D-Mac, today's my birthday, and I wish for the Dodgers to sweep those cringe, I'm not going to say the last one, but Padres, the sad Dres. So, yeah, hopefully you can get a little sweep, Diego, as a birthday present for you.
Birthday.
DKM, yeah, happy
Appreciate
birthday. Always rocking with us. He's got, like, I think he has, like, 15 fire takes on the season for the post-game show. He's right up there on the leaderboard. We got Luis over on YouTube who says, I think we about to get a few field goals and a touchdown. Okay, so you're trying to blow out this Padres team at home. Hey, look, I mean, that'd be...
Give it to Blake Snell tonight. Let's go.
Give it to Blake Snell. Give it to Snellzilla, although he was really in control the last start. We know Chris Taylor had that big 2-run bomb. We got DKM rock with us from Simi Valley. We got Denny Cortez from Colton. We got the Aaron over in Detroit, Signal Hill, Rick over on YouTube. So, yeah, I know you guys are excited about this Padres series. We got IC DMAC on the juice today. No, I have ringworm, so I'm treating it with a certain colostable or something like that. No, but, yeah, it's going to be good times. Big series, and we'll see. Will the Dodgers retaliate in any way? We're going to talk about that later, right, Clint?
Absolutely. Osterberg is checking in from the 310, a legend of the YouTube space, of course. People wondering, we got Randy Watson on YouTube saying, how is Trace starting tonight? That is a great question, my man, because he's hitting 67 cents on the season so far. Your boy is struggling. He can't hit left-handed pitching, yet the team keeps sending him out there. I actually have an article dropping in about an hour on our DodgersNation.com, a whole bunch of stuff about Trace Thompson. Everybody's already kind of ripping off the thought ever since I put it out online a couple days ago. But check it out, read it, subscribe while you're there. Yeah, it's baffling they keep running Trace Thompson out there. We talked a lot about Trace on Monday, so if you guys want to check it out, go look at the last stream or look at our edition, our cut from the show, the Let Him Play or DFA. Whole bunch of Trace, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like he has his role doesn't make sense on this team.
Yeah, I think at this point that's fair to say. I mean, I'd probably be saying some other stuff. Going to be at the stadium tomorrow around these players. So I always try to keep it nice and buttoned up and stay on the positive side before I head to Dodger Stadium.
What about Doug being high-key fake?
What about Doug being very high-key fake? But no, if you look at his at-bat that he had late in the game, got some good wood on it, gave it a ride. Yeah. It was better than we've seen, really.
And you want to know what he did? It was against a right-handed pitcher.
It was against a right-handed pitcher. OPS close to 1,000. Kind of the big talk right now is, should he get more opportunities against right-handed pitchers? Yes, I think in theory he could, but last year, if you look at the at-bats, when he was having success against right-handed pitchers, it was on a lot of mistakes. I was calling him the Punisher last year because he had a lot of breaking balls, middle of the zone. They are going to adjust to him against righties if he gets a lot of experience.
That sounds like you're complaining about somebody giving you $1 million in quarters. Like, oh, no, he was hitting well against bad pitches. pitches. Okay, he was still doing well. I will take the $1 million in quarters.
No, I think it's that's fair. I like that. But like, it's more of like, oh, you don't know what you don't know with him. And the reality is he's a unknown at the plate against righties for an extended period of time this season. And also, too, they have him on this team to hit left-handed pitching. He has but not been able to do that.
Like, they have him on this team to hit left-handed pitching. He's talking about him dealing with like the mental struggles, the mental health issues that come with his consistent failure. He has one hit in 17 games, or he's 0 for his last 17 games. He's 0 for 25.
0 for his last 27.
0 for or 1 for 35 or whatever it was. You're not going to be a happy boy with that much bad. But the second a right-hander comes in, they pretty much are taking him out right now. It's very baffling. I had I guess we'll say an interaction with a friend of the show, Houston Mitchell, LA Times senior editor. I believe he's a senior editor. Anyways, he's a sports section editor, and he's like, for a team that prides itself on analytics, this makes no sense. The numbers would say, hit this man against right-handed pitching. Apparently, we have a lot of things to say about Trayce Thompson. But, guys, go back and watch the other thing, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. You'll have a good time. Aaron Thomas is checking in from Detroit, the 313. So we got Detroit in the house. 562 Signal Hill Rick checking in. We got David, the 951 IE. David, another David, 909 Fontana, or Brian Fantana. Kevin Uhas says, we got this. Feeling good about this series?
I'm feeling pretty good. A lot of momentum.
Get a little higher about it?
I get a little higher. Yeah, we got this series. No, I definitely think that this series. Hey, you look at, they are not going to play this team again until August 4th through the 7th.
I'm honestly happy about that.
You're happy about it? I think, look, this is a Padres team that, look, since the Clayton Kershaw has happened, they really haven't won very many games. They know that this is going to be a very big series for them. They're already getting some separation. The Dodgers are in the NL West. If you take 2 out of 3 again against this Padres team, you really establish yourself as the kings of the NL West once again. And we know, too, that crowd's going to be fired up at Dodger Stadium. It's not a postseason game, but it's anything that's in between the regular season and the postseason. That's where I put this matchup, this series. So, yeah, it's going to be big for both series, too, because also you got guys healthy again. For Tatis is back. We know he's been back for a minute. You're going to get JD Martinez back tonight. I think on the Trayce Thompson thing, you could see maybe it's a scheduled day off for James Outman. We know how they love to schedule those days off. So we'll see. Maybe Trayce Thompson is the hero once again. It does feel like he's due. He had the big homer against the Padres last year.
He's extremely due.
Yeah, he's definitely due, or he's going to be without a job pretty soon. So I definitely think he's due for sure. But I mean, what I was saying, you saw the move they made. Maybe you keep Michael Busch up, you DFA him, but we're not at that point quite yet. They're going to give him some more opportunities to see if he can figure some things out at the plate.
Like we said last on Monday, it's you're in first place. You're doing well enough. You have time to kind of let this eat a little bit. But you look really stressed and strained from that take. So why don't you use your Manta Sleep mask, take a little nap ski here while I tell the fine folks what you're wearing. Guys, Manta Sleep, they make the world's best sleep masks and sleep accessories. The box will tell you that too. Everything they do is to enable better lives through better sleep. They work relentlessly to improve your life, sir or madam, and optimize sleep so that you can have the energy to live life to its best, to your best. Check out mantasleep.com today so you can sleep better anywhere, anytime. Just like Doug, get your Manta mask today using our code DN2023, and I'll even throw in the box for you. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Threw in the box.
Box.
You look really refreshed.
I do. Hey, Trayce Thompson's been wearing this at the plate for the last few weeks, so I think tonight he takes it off. I think Trayce Thompson's going deep.
Cody, what's
going
on?
Trayce Thompson's hitting a home run.
Cody, what's going on?
I'm saying it. I'm calling it right now.
Doug, you're like fired up today, huh?
I'm always fired up, my man.
That's
You know what he says? He says, I got to be nice to these guys. I'm going to see him tomorrow. Then he's like, he's asleep at the plate.
Yeah.
But then it was like a compliment sandwich. I said he's going to hit a home run tonight. I think Trayce Thompson
You're selling right now, man.
Am I selling? I just learned about the idea of the slang selling term. I'm still getting used to it, but I definitely just sold, according to my friend Buddy over there, my buddy.
Oh, God. All right, let's get into the last series. A little recap action here. The Dodgers take 2 of 3 in Milwaukee. They do what we wanted. I know we had our takeaways. I don't remember a single thing we talked about on Monday, but I know one of the things I said is win at least one of the games against one of the left-handed starters. They won both. Give me some takeaways. What are you thinking about your thoughts?
What am I thinking about my thoughts? I mean, that's exactly what we talked about for that series. Can they hit against a lefty? Can they get to a lefty? Because heading into that series, Dodgers were dead last in all of Major League Baseball, hitting 191. Well, guess what? Now they're at 24. So they're steadily climbing. And I think, too, it was the different styles of left-handed pitchers. I mean, you get to Lauer, you get to Wade Miley. Lauer, a little more of a four-seam fastball up in the zone. Miley, a little more of a sinker slider down the zone. They were getting under some pitches. And, yeah, heading in that series against left-handed starters, Dodgers get 10 runs off 10 hits, hit 5 home runs, 1 double, and 8 2/3. So that is very promising. It shows that this team can make adjustments. Also shows what this team looks like when Will Smith is in the lineup. He balled out, goes 3 for 4 at a home run to other games. So, yeah, definitely like what I saw against left-handed pitching. My next takeaway from that series, though, is we have to talk about Clayton Kershaw. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, what more can you say about the guy putting this team on his back a day after this Dodgers bullpen goes 8 innings,
7 dudes,
24 outs, and he ends up going 7 innings of 1-run ball, was elite from an efficiency level, 70 strikes and 92 pitches, 19 for 24 on first pitch strikes, induced 18 swinging strikes. And also this whole season, we're doing the Kershaw K-Watch. He's now at 2,856. He passed Jim Bunning for 21st all time. So, yeah, Clayton Kershaw, what more can you say about this guy? 7 of his 8 starts, he has gone at least 6 innings.
Yeah,
the rest of the staff, 11 combined. I also want to point out one more time, 2.36 ERA, 10th in the league, in 49 1/3 innings pitched on a 1-year, $20 million deal. Justin Verlander and Jacob deGrom, they have combined for 42 1/3 innings of 2.34 ERA. And you look at the contracts that they signed, basically a $180 million difference. They signed for a combined $271 million. So just another example again that Clayton Kershaw is the best 1-year deal in the league for starting pitchers. And I think that was a big takeaway. My last takeaway, though, and I'll get your thoughts on this, Miguel Rojas. Not elite, not looking like an elite shortstop, but since he's returned from the injury, he's hitting 280. Before that, he was hitting 125. Do you think he can do enough at the plate to keep it respectable in there that you can justify him as your shortstop for 80% of the season, Clint?
I mean, yeah. What you're seeing, I think that's about what we hoped. 280. He's not going to hit for pop. I don't want him to hit for pop. Just get on base, keep the line moving, and make some tough plays look easy, and make some tough plays that nobody else is going to get to also look, just get done. Make your plays. That's what this guy was brought here to do, to be that guy that just in case Gavin Lux didn't work out at short or was hurt or whatever, proved to be the latter, this guy was going to be there to fill in and be a serviceable or serviceable plus backup there at shortstop. But I'm okay with him getting the lion's share of starts there again, because he's a solid option. He's a really good defender, and I really like him working with Miguel Vargas more and more, because you see him on plays take him under his wing, which that's where they worked at their best during spring training, even into the offseason. Rojas was a new guy on this team, and he's going out and meeting this kid and working with him. So I'm all on the Miggy Rowe train right now. We know he's not gonna OPS 100. He's not gonna OPS his weight. He's not gonna OPS half his weight, maybe, but all you gotta do is
give me an occasional single, give me a professional AB and elite defense, or at least top 10 shortstop defense. I think you love that. And I think, too, I don't want to see him and Austin Barnes in the same lineup. If you can avoid that, I mean, I've talked about in the past that you do have the DH, you don't have the pitcher batting. So I'm not going to call him a designated defender or anything like that, because he can be a respectable at bat. But we have some comments down below I want to read. Justin Lama says, SD has 5 shortstops better than Miguel Rojas. Come on, man. Raise your standards. We got Michael Carrillo says, LOL, no. Michael Carrillo also says, that's a mirage. So this is what I'm trying to say here. For the time being, I'm absolutely okay with Miguel Rojas. I still want to go all in on a Tim Anderson or Willy Adames trade. I've been saying that now for 15 years on this show. So, yeah, I just think for the time being, you let Mookie Betts play once or twice a week against righties, maybe mix it up. If Chris Taylor continues to hit, I think you have in the outfield, but he can also get some time. But look, it cannot be overstated how important it is to have a defensive-minded shortstop at the very least. And I love your point, too, about working with Miguel Vargas. That's one thing that I pushed back a little bit heading into this season was Lux and Vargas as your keystone combination on a team with World Series aspirations, I think that's kind of a tough sell. But yeah, that definitely was one of my takeaways is Miguel Rojas has been playing better. He got that big hit in the Phillies series off Alvarado to kind of spark that comeback before Muncy went deep on Craig Crumble. So yeah, I definitely like that as far as we got Where's Bush here. He got that's the roster up
we'll
there.
We'll get into I know he defaulted there for a second. We'll get into the roster stuff for a second. But yeah, one last thought on Miggy Rowe. Again, he's just doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's batting 8th or 9th in the lineup. Back in the day, it was a pitcher hitting 9th. So if you're able to get somebody like a Miguel Rojas hitting 9th, you're in a better spot. So he's not Corey Seager. He's not Trey Turner, so I understand the disappointment in having somebody like Miguel Rojas as your shortstop after Dodger fans have been blessed for the last almost decade. But that's just where we're at right now. And you also have an elite. You have one of the best, if not technically the second best hitting catcher in baseball in your lineup. Nobody else has a Will Smith. JD Martinez back today. You have Max Muncy. OPS and pretty damn good, finding his way to make a difference. You could afford to have somebody like a Miguel Rojas.
Yeah, and I think that is such an important point when you point out the fact that you're going from a Corey Seager to a Trey Turner to Miguel Rojas. It's like going from a G-Wagon to a Lamborghini to a Nissan Altima. And yes, I think that is important to note that, yeah, they're used to having elite shortstops. He isn't that. Also important to point out, this is not the role that he was traded for. He's supposed to be a depth piece. But yeah, it definitely is a takeaway. Yeah. But I see in the comments they're not very happy about...
People really don't like Miguel Rojas. It feels like.
I mean, how many percentage points can Cool Cleats and Aaron give you? I mean, in your opinion.
I think I said it last week after the show, or I might have told my old lady this one, but he's no, I told you guys, and then eventually her. He is a medium fish. He's been a medium fish in a tiny pond. Now he's a medium fish in a big pond, but he's still trying to play like he's the ish. Just play down to your pay grade a little bit more right now, bud.
Yeah,
you're getting paid $5 million, not 25.
And I think he's okay with that.
And I can understand that. To me, I get that. I still got that little bit of old school baseball in me. I think he's a little overly flashy for the quality of player he is. But, I mean...
Not gonna lie, I like the flash. Sarah Moore says I like Rojas.
He wouldn't have if it wasn't Miami. He probably wouldn't still be a big leaguer. I'm just saying.
Whoa!
Wow. I'm just saying. But he was able to carve out a good career, and I like the dude on this team right now. One other last note to bring up about the just completed Brewers series. Hey, he found a new way to do it, but Noah Syndergaard remains a problem. Really put the bullpen in a bad spot. Thank God for Clayton Kershaw, devout Christianity supporter here. But we'll see what happens with him. I would not be surprised to see him get another 2 starts, even though his finger's falling off or whatever the hell it is. But let's move on. Let's talk about the stuff that's going on now. Yes, the boys are getting happy and healthy. We're getting happy. They're getting healthy. We're drinking. Dodgers are getting back. JD Martinez today has been gone for 15 games. Michael Busch, see ya. Sorry. Appreciate the time here. We'll find you back at AAA, but that was always going to be the obvious call. They'd barely been playing Busch over the last 2 weeks that JD's been gone. Wander Suero, thanks for the 2 innings. You're back down at AAA. Caleb Ferguson back from the 11th child being born this season. So this is the healthiest this team has been all season long. And we don't know what the future is going to hold for guys like Dan Hudson or Jimmy Nelson or even an Alex Reyes or Walker Buehler, but this could be what we get for the next 2-3 months.
Yeah,
it's a good spot to be, I guess.
It is a good spot. I'm feeling good about the health of the lineup from top to bottom. Getting JD Martinez back, I think that's key. I think he's imperative to being a guy that you can consistently depend on to get you extra base hits. He was right at the top of the league when it came to doubles, home runs. His isolated power is up significantly from last season. Also, you got the kind of the complication of playing him that DH role every single day with Will Smith. And that's kind of one concern I have. But as far as overall health, the bullpen's continuing to get healthy. They're continuing to get better. The Syndergaard thing definitely concerns me a little bit just because right when you think that, okay, there's a start to get him back on track, He goes full on Noah Blistergaard, has that blister, is unable to finish that start. And yeah, we're just in wait and see mode with him because the reality is he's towards the bottom. He's a bottom 5 pitcher right now for the amount of innings that he's pitched. I think Tony Gonsolin is another one I'm looking at as far as health goes. If he continues to progress, last start, pitched well, went 6 innings, gave up the home run, but it was thanks to that Michael Busch error. But really, his health, I think, is pivotal too. So yeah, I like the health of this team. It's just about staying healthy for the entire season.
Yeah, I know this guy's got something over there.
A little
right?
update from our friend Juan Toribio, actually.
Oh.
He said that Dave Roberts said that Noah Syndergaard looked good while playing catch. We'll have a really big day tomorrow when he throws a bullpen, and that'll determine whether he'll make his next start on
He's
Monday.
going to make his next start. The way Dave talked, it's, they didn't have time for the super glue to be to do its job. The finger super glue to do its job. So that's where we're at with that. But I wanted to ask you too. I didn't really set you up properly. JD, is he going to be a difference maker for this lineup? And how much of now him being back is that going to kind of affect the Dodgers? So I guess we'll say optionality with Will Smith.
So I think JD Martinez so far this season came out of the gates a little slow. He's always been kind of a slow starter, but once he really got it going, I mean, you talk about a multi-home run game, a guy that's really trying to reestablish himself as one of the better hitters in the game. I think he is definitely going to have an impact this year. I think he's going to have a bigger impact on this team this year than Justin Turner had on this team last year. I think from a batting average perspective, JT is going to get him on bat to ball and singles, but JD Martinez brings you elite postseason numbers. He's the guy who can give you doubles, can give you home runs. But yeah, it definitely is a complication when you look at Will Smith and JD Martinez, because last year, Smitty, he had 25 games at the DH spot, and his numbers were significantly better when he was DHing compared to when he was behind the dish. I mean, /330, 426, 736 had an OPS at 1162, 9 bombs. I mean, he was fantastic behind the plate. And I just think if you look at this team's record, they are 16-5. With the clutch Prince in the lineup, you can't keep him out. So I think you're going to see a couple things. They're going to want to keep JD Martinez fresh. They're going to want to keep him healthy. So I think you will see him maybe take some steps back and not be the guaranteed DH every single day in the lineup. So
yeah, which is fine to me. He doesn't need to be in there every game. I mean, he was the third best producing offensive player when he went down, but also he went down at a point where the offense was pretty bad. Or pretty inconsistent. They only had a few guys here. But anyway, a couple of comments here. BC asked, did you guys watch the collab? Yeah, by the way, if you guys want more Dodgers Padres talk, Doug collaborated with the Hogwash? Hogwash.
That's what my grandma said. That's hogwash.
Hogwash.
My man Borna over there.
Hogwash.
Hogwash, yeah.
Totally watch our stuff.
Yeah, that was good times. I had some people tell me I did a deal with the devil to work with a Padres fan, but hey, no, to me it was the Bloods and Crips meme, when they're holding up the rag together. That's kind of what we did. So it's all good. I mean, you can have a reasonable conversation as adults about this team. It can happen.
We're here.
It doesn't always have to be
now.
fire.
What I want to see, though, I want to see you talk to Friar Phil. That's what I want.
I'll talk to anyone, man.
I want you to infiltrate the Padres.
Hey,
yeah.
A truer statement has never been uttered by Doug McCain. I'll talk to anyone.
Shout out to Bruce Arguedo for calling me Talking Guy.
That's absolutely a top moment from spring training. Let's see. BC says, I like Borna. He reads my comments in the chat.
Okay.
We did too, BC. We just read your comment. Why don't you like us?
No, I think he meant because BC goes, the other fan channels ignore me. So we got BC, my man, Carnivorous Lunar Activity. Hello, Dodgers Nation, everyone. He's, to me, Carnivorous Lunar Activity is definitely one of the Hall of Famers, I would say. First ballot.
Yeah. I mean, we have so many. Hey, the guys show. We just hosted for you.
All you guys are Hall of Famers.
We got B. Guzman. SD Parade is ready to go. So, yeah, I did check this morning. The parade routes are set in the event that they win tonight. Or even if they get a hit tonight, maybe they'll have the parade. We got IC Dodgers has more kids this year than Nick Cannon. I see kind of going with my line from a couple weeks ago, but respect. We got Justin Long.
Calling him out?
No. I know this guy. He's in the postgame show. I don't know him. I don't know him.
Hey, he's
Doug's
fella.
flustered right
No, I don't know him.
Relax, Doug. I was just playing around.
No, not even. We got Joe Mama, who is one of my favorite commenters as well. He says, Feliz Cumpleaños, DKM. So DKM's getting a lot of love down below in the comment section. This is an interesting one from Showtime Dodgers fans. Just since we were talking about Noah Syndergaard a second ago, Tyler Anderson is not doing so good in the Angels uniform. So
he is not. TA does not. He did not bring that dog with him to Anaheim. That dog got put down.
Yeah, yeah, well,
Because you know, sir, this is very much a Friday show.
yeah. Well, I mean, last year, the thing about Tyler Anderson is all last year he was pitching with GTIH syndrome for the Dodgers. You know what that is, right? Got that dog in him. Ooh. So, yeah, maybe the dog is
really going off the rails here.
Has moved on. But, yeah, so, I think Tyler Anderson, you're saying that I think that's kind of one of the themes this season is can the Dodgers truly fix everyone? Because we're going to talk about Kenley Jansen in a little bit. Kenley's throwing 99 again, okay?
Yeah.
When did he ever throw 99 like that?
He found that ringworm cream. No, I'm not accusing Kenley Jansen of cheating. I love Kenley. He's a nice fella. Anyway, I guess we should probably move on. Let's first got to remind you, use our promo code over at MyBookie. It's Dodgers Nation. It's going to get you, I don't know, the reads over there, but it's going to get you free money if you use our code. So go to, if you go to mybookie.website/Dodgers Nation, that's how they'll know you went to the website because of us, and then they'll give us more money to talk about them in the future, and then they'll give you guys more money in your pocket for using our promo code. So it all comes together. Synergy, but it's a free read for them, technically. All right, we're going to keep an eye out. We want some hot takes in this upcoming segment. But, guys, it is time to talk again and another Dodgers-Padres preview. And, again, I'm happy that we don't see them again. We don't see them again until, what is it, July, August? It's August, right?
Yeah, in August 4th.
4 in San Diego then, and then not in L.A. again until September. But 3 with the Pods, back in L.A. post Crying Kershaw meme. Some thoughts about that, and I know you talked to Borna about it as well, so if you guys want more Doug thoughts on it, check out that video. But I like the Padres. I like Joe Musgrove coming out and saying he didn't like it. None of the players really liked it. I understand what they're trying to do. We already talked about it on here as well, but you understand what the organization's trying to do with the fans, and it felt very much for the fans. But if players don't like it, and it adds an awkward, unnecessary bad blood for the players, maybe don't do that again.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. You basically force the players to have to comment on it. And what is that? That is a distraction. And if you're the Padres, we know Bob Melvin, they already lit into that Padres team again after the slow start that they've had. You don't want that if you're the Padres. And if you're the Dodgers, yeah, we know. I've kind of said my piece on this. Definitely was a classless move by the Padres. I will say, though, look, Dieter Rule, he's a troll master, too. Playing ace of base, I saw the sign when the Astros came to town. Playing under the sea when Madison Bumgarner was in town. So I think if you do it in a sneaky way, I know the social media team is not going to do anything. No. You are not going to see a crying graphic of Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Blake Snell, or any of those guys. But I think you can do a little sneaky one. I mean, could also possibly have, I thought maybe if you want to flip the script on them, you have Tony Gwynn Appreciation Night at Dodgers Stadium. I mean, what really pissed off Bugs Bunny, and when he was, I was a big Looney Tunes guy growing up, and with Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny, when Bugs put the anvil on him or threw a rock on him, that didn't piss off him. What pissed him off was when he kissed him. Right? That is what made Elmer Fudd mad. You kill them with kindness, and you show them what a class organization looks like. So I definitely like that. Maybe you could play some, maybe you could see Dieter playing some Ring Ding Dong by Dr. Dre to try to call it the ringworm. Maybe have a little ringworm appreciation night. The Syringe Diego Padres.
You're really having a good one right now.
I hope they do nothing. I'll be honest with you. I really do.
Yeah, I don't think they will. And let us know your guys' thoughts again. Do you think the Dodgers are going to do anything? Drop it in the comments. I know Cody's got something for me.
We got a couple. You said give us some hot takes. We got a couple hot takes in here for
Let's
sure.
Go.
Fire take.
We have David Raw. He said return of the steroid needle at Dodger Stadium. And then
in a minute.
I think it was David. Sorry, I have to look. I think it's David Ramota something. Or David Rivera Mota said the video the Dodgers should play is when Machado said the Padres will win a World Series before the Dodgers.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I feel like that's our Hornito shot taker of the
Absolutely.
day. Let's
Shot taker, shot of the day.
Shot taker of the day. This is the best. Hey, give me that one. Give me that solo shot right here. I just want this right here. Hey guys, drink responsibly, but when you do, drink Hornitos. It's a fine beverage. Even Doug is not a drinker, and he's starting to drink it.
I'll drink all day.
Let's go back middle.
And then also, too, you could have Manny Machado presenting Moshe with a publisher clearinghouse check that has $300 million on it right in the front of home plate. I think they should do that, too. So I love that idea. It's a great idea.
Throwback. I miss Moshe. He hasn't been in the stream for a while. He's a busy man now, but that was a good era. I remember when Manny was going to pay his entire $300 million. How are you so I don't know, I guess thrown off by a fan talking to you. That you're like, I'll bet all of my money that we win before you guys. This is
I'll bet you
dumb.
win a World Series before you do.
And then afterwards, we miss you in LA. I miss being here too.
Yeah, the funny thing is kind of taken out of context. He told them
it really was.
LA didn't want to pay me.
Yeah.
He would have signed with LA all day, every day if they offered him $300 million.
We also got a super chat in the stream from Mia Marie. Says no James Outman in the lineup. Jimmy Outman, like I think you had said, getting a scheduled off day today.
I mean, maybe
could see him in there at some point. I'm kind of okay with it. He looks like he's been scuffling a little bit.
I mean, he definitely went through a little bit of a cold spell. You saw pitchers kind of adjusting to him, but they made that little tweak, kind of worked on his stance, his approach a little bit. And look, he kind of really just went right back into hitting. I mean, impacted the game defensively. Offensively, I mean, this is a guy that he's going to be in the top 3 for the Rookie of the Year voting. So, yeah, if it is a scheduled day off, we'll see. And then we'll see if he gets in the game later. I think there's a good chance to see him coming off the bench as a pinch hitter, James Outman. James, you can't get him Outman. And did you like his nice tweets thing?
I haven't watched it yet. I saw parts of it. I'm sorry, and I apologize to a good friend, video producer, manager man, Eric, that I haven't watched it yet. But I love the idea.
Today, I mean, like, I think at some point this weekend.
We came up with that idea, like, what, Gary, like 4 years ago?
Hey, today, at some point this weekend, for every single player, I'm going to be like, Michael Busch is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the greatest player of all time. Mookie Betts is the greatest player. I'm going to do the nicest tweets for everyone so I can find a way to get on that.
Like, you didn't make it on there? I watched half of it. You didn't make it? They didn't get one of your tweets?
No. And I said a lot of nice things about James Outman.
You said a lot of great things about James Outman.
You have.
I mean, I
waiting for the Miguel
took
Vargas
some
one.
heat when I had on the thumbnail saying future superstar James Outman. Now, I don't know, he's starting to look the part. We got Necrone 99.
Another super chat.
Another
Let's
super
chat.
Is Michael Busch related to 1993's Michael Busch? I do not know about that.
No relation.
No relation. No relation.
Not all Bushes look alike.
Yeah.
You can confirm that?
That gets by you, Chief. Oh, man. Selena in the stream. Hi, dear. Says the Dodger organization is made up of adults. No need to stoop to the Padres level. As Doug would say on just about every single video, 100% agree with that. Agree with everything you've ever said. Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine the Dodgers doing anything even slightly akin to the crying meme. There will be some sneakies in there.
Retaliate with your play.
Dude,
Sweep them.
Never sleep on Dieter. Dieter, he good. He's a professional, and it's just natural. Like he won't even actually. I mean, he does think about it. He puts a lot of effort into his craft. That's why Dieter Rule is so damn good at the ballpark. But yeah, we're not going to see anything on the board, and if we do, it should be like, hey, congrats on losing in the NLCS, guys.
Yeah,
So, I don't know.
that would work.
I don't know. Got him. All right. You wanted to do the thing, so we're going to do it. This is well, actually, first I'm going to get into the projected matchups, and then you got to get this draft idea.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I'm very you don't know what the draft's going to be like yet. It's going to be wild because it's going to be did you say snake skins or something like that?
No, we're just going one for one.
All right, we got Dustin May going tonight against Blake Snell again, so you got a rematch there. You got Julio Urias against Joe Musgrove on Saturday. Doug will be there, so he has to be nice. Another rematch, and then a series of the first matchup between Tony Gonsolin, and now it's Ryan Weathers getting the start. We're still confirmed on that. Ryan Weathers is bumped Michael Wacha. I'm assuming because the Padres want to get another left-handed pitcher in there. That's what I'm going with. I don't know if Wacha got hurt. But anyways, that's what the series looks like. Predictions, what do you think?
I got the Dodgers taking 2 out of 3. I think the way they're playing at home, another series win for LA. I like the pitching matchup, the way it breaks up. I like Julio Urias coming off 2 really strong starts. And in his last start against the Padres, if it weren't for some bad defense early on, you could talk about another 7 innings from Julio. So last time he pitched at home, he goes 7 innings, had 10 punches. Yeah. I love him in that matchup against Joe Musgrove. And then Gonsolin, that to me is the big wild card. We'll see how he pitches because he looked really good in his last start. Of course, he gave the 3 3-run bomb. Dustin May had that sinker slider working.
Yeah.
You know he's mesmerizing against his son, Manny Machado. I could see him absolutely looking filthy. Blake Snell, I mean, he's another guy that was rolling, and then Will Smith draws that walk, and Chris Taylor gets the home run. So I think you're probably going to see a lower scoring series, most likely, but I like the Dodgers in this one. For my player of the series, I think I'll just throw that out. I think Smitty is going to go off once again. I think Will Smith has been balling since he's been back.
Huh?
He's going to get jiggy with it, the clutch prince. I kind of want to say Miguel Vargas, my guy, but yeah, I'm going with Will Smith. 2 out of 3.
I'm going to say Miguel Vargas now. He's
Hell
on a
yeah.
roll. He's on a roll night right now.
Go
He's got
180?
some ups. You know, I've been on the Miguel Vargas train all season long. You guys can go check out my Twitter at DMAC.
You're like Skip Bayless to his LeBron on Miguel Vargas.
It's fair. That's fair. No, I do. I got some, especially if he's facing 2 lefties.
Facts.
I mean that swing in game 3 or the third game, like that bomb, that was a pretty swing. That was like a legitimate. I am feeling very good about where my swing is at right now. Miguel Vargas swing. So I think he goes off. Well, we said 4. I had 4-2 as my projection this week, so I'm sticking with the Dodgers are going to lose 1 game this series. And in keeping in Dodger fashion, I think it could be this Friday game. I think Dustin May, he's kind of my wild card for this one. Back-to-back starts against the same team. He's coming home. There's a lot of adrenaline to it, and I think this is kind of a big prove-it series or game for Dustin May. So that's the one. This is the game I'm most worried about, especially with Snell. Snell loves bringing it against the Dodgers until he runs out of bringing it. They really can't let him face the lineup 3 times or else he just goes off. But so I got 2-1. What did you say?
I got 2 out of 3 too.
Man. That's how the ball.
Because last time I had 2 out of 3, and then I got bullied into saying a sweep. Remember?
No, well, that's your fault.
I said 4 and 2 too. I said they would drop 1 in each series.
My guy. Hey. Now that you're here, I know things will be okay. Let's see what else we got in here. See, we got some predictions in the chat. I got to scroll down because you guys are going wild. Joe Mama says 3-0. That works. Carnivorous Lunar Activity saying sweep. Trace Hayward season 2023 says Trace Thompson. That's a really good point. Never thought about it that way. I see on YouTube says Dustin May is going to get 7 Ks tonight. Sarah Morris putting her money on Mookie Betts is going to be being the player of the series. Sam says 2 wins for LA, 1 blowout win. That would be fun to just absolutely, give it to them pods. Randy Watson kind of agreeing with me. I didn't go as far to say shelled, but Randy says Dustin May is going to get shelled tonight. What else? Manuel says Trace embarrasses himself this weekend and gets DFA'd on Mother's Day. Ouch. It's painful. But
it's rough.
It's quality. It's quality take. Justin, 2 of 3. San Diego gets 1 win. DKM says a 3-0 birthday wish. We got a sweep. Mostly positive looks. Looks like we're going to take another series. That would be 5 in a row and 6 of 7, I believe it is. So keep it going, boys. But now it's time. Tell me all about this Dodgers-Padres draft. I want to know what's going on here. We're drafting a lineup.
All right, so what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to draft the top 5 for each lineup, Padres or Dodgers. So of all these guys, we're going to go back and forth. My team is going to be wearing the Dodgers uniform at the end of the day, though.
All right, I'm going to wear the old school with the piping.
With the piping?
Yeah. I got
So
I want the Todd Hollandsworth
you want the Todd
uni.
That's pretty fire.
Give me some Holly.
All right, so also let us know down below. Who would you guys take if you had to pick 5 of
The
5
best
players
available players from each team.
Yeah, so we'll kind of run it down. So we've got Mookie versus Nando, Freddie versus Cronenworth, Will versus Manny, Muncy versus Soto, and JD Martinez versus Xander Bogart. So of those 10 players, what would your top 5 lineup look from that? Now, when it comes to
respect to Hassan Kim.
Hassan Kim. Did you say he leads them in war?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
leads them
leads
in war.
them in war. Who would have predicted that at the beginning of the season? But to determine who gets the number 1 pick, should we do paper, rock, scissors?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
All right, paper, rock, scissors, guys.
Wait, are we doing 1, 2, 3 shoot?
I go paper, rock, scissors, then I do it.
So that's 1, 2, 3 shoot.
Yeah.
All right, you got to be the commissioner on this, Cody. All right,
Best
here we
of-
go.
best
Make sure
of-
he's not cheating.
Best of 100 and fit. No, one, just one.
All right, wait, 1? No, it's best of 1.
Best of one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Just
This is
do it.
great.
Take
Let's
all-
hurry it
do it.
up.
Okay.
Let's
This is
hurry it
great
up.
for potty.
I'm doing 1, 2, 3. Oh,
You literally just said you're gonna do it on shoot.
You know,
Okay.
I had it. I knew exactly what was gonna happen.
let me know in the comments what I should
He's
pick. Let me know.
cheating. He has the ringworm. He has ringworm on.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go with Rock right here. Watch. Here we
Wanna
go.
go?
All right. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Wait, what? Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh,
You lied.
Scissor me.
He literally said he was
timbers.
going with Rock.
Yeah.
And you did scissors.
Strategy, baby.
I don't trust you. You lost my trust, Clint. Well, you get the top pick.
the
well,
number
that's
one-
the end of Blue Heaven Sunday.
With the number 1 overall pick, the Los Angeles Dodgers pick. Yeah, this is tough, man. This is a really tough pick because I know who he would have picked if he gone 1. But people like
I
you.
manipulated you.
I don't know if they like me. But if you pick Nando, people will be okay
My
with
mom
it.
likes
But
you.
if I say Fernando, hi Mrs. Doug's mom, then I'm going to be the bad guy. But there's just something fun about Fernando Tatis Jr.
Do it.
So it's tough. But that said,
need the NFL
I'm
draft
going Will
soundbite.
Smith because there's one catcher that is a better offensive catcher in baseball. You can't go and find an offensive catcher. So William Dills Smith with the number 1 pick going to this team.
So you got Will Smith. Like, so you got Will Smith.
Nothing gets by him, huh?
God, I really want to I should have traded up for Will Smith. Should trade some
What are
future
you
draft
gonna
picks.
trade?
Could trade up.
I already got it all,
So
bro.
for my first pick, you think I'm going Fernando Tatis Jr. I'm pretty sure you think that. And although I really respect Fernando Tatis Jr., I think he's a superstar. There's no question about that. I've been a Dodger fan my entire life. And only one time did I see them win the World Series, and that was with Mookie Betts hitting leadoff. Good things happen when Marcus Lynn Betts is leading off. Give me the MVP. Give me the catalyst. Give me the spark plug. Give me Mookie Betts with my number 1 pick.
I don't know. I hear he's not even invested in the team because he records podcasts on the road.
He can fit this
Some
in.
of the takes, bro.
He
we're
can fit this
seeing
in between
online.
podcasting and baseball. I totally think he can. I mean,
Homers.
and bowling.
Homers.
It's fair.
Despicable.
I really thought he was going to go a certain way.
Nando.
I'm definitely taking Fernando Tatis.
You got a freaking bomb.
Hey, he's he's healthy. he had a year off, so it was less mileage. Thank God he's not playing E6 anymore. It's gonna be an adventure in right field. But you said defense doesn't matter. It's all about them offensive stats. So that means Will Smith can play 162 games, and so can Fernando Tatis Cheats Jr., who I guess.
But this is
he's
no
not-
ringworm. There's no ringworm though. We established that.
I hear Nando's got to look up to a superstar like Mookie, though.
He was once
Shout
a role
out.
model. Now he's a roid model. No.
So I got Nando. Nando's off the board.
So this is working into my master plan. I'm actually okay with this because with my next pick, I'm going with future Dodger. Future Dodger.
Who?
Give me Juan Soto. Juan
you
Soto, he's
got the
gotten off
Soto?
to a slow start, but he is hotter than the devil's armpit of late. He's 8 for his last 19 with an OPS of 1311. He actually has been hitting the ball hard all year. He just hasn't been getting the results. Pulling a little more than he has in this year than he has in his career, but still, give me Juan Soto. This guy, his eye at the plate is uncanny. Also, I'm trying to win the World Series again, and we're talking about a guy that has hit multiple home runs in the Fall Classic. He steps up big. We saw him own Hader in the wild card game. So give me Juan Soto as my number 2 pick. Nope, no Josh Hader.
All of a sudden going Hater.
Mookie Betts hit a bomb off him. So I got Soto as my number 2 pick.
The next one is pretty easy for me. I'm a big fan of this guy. It's the battle. Hey, Cody, before you leave, just so you know, this is the battle of the best veneers in baseball. Between Manny and Freddie Freeman, and I'm going Freddie ball game all day long. He posts. He says the right things. He doesn't cry. Give me the best veneers in baseball.
Best veneers in baseball for sure. That last weekend series was the battle for veneers and Freddie won, baby.
What you know about veneers? Hey, tooth game's strong. I'm telling you right now. But I got Freddie with my 3rd overall pick.
So you got Freddie with the 3rd overall pick. Well, I'm going to go with old friend Manny Machado. He's gone off to a slow start. He's had his ups and downs in the postseason, but he's also a guy that can run into one in the postseason. I think Manny Machado.
Oh, like somebody's leg?
Like
Aguilar's leg?
yeah. And this is not Johnny Hustle. This is the new version of Manny Machado, who has grown up down there in San Diego. So give me Manny Machado back in LA, we're number 8.
With the next pick in the whatever year this is, fake draft. Going with my dear friend. We're going to get him out on this one. Max Muncy. join the good guys here. We only have one Padre, as where this guy's making a whole lineup of Padres. Max Muncy, come on down. You're the next guy on my top 5 random draft thing because we wanted to do something different about the Padres and Dodgers.
Damn it, man! You really, I wanted Muncy. I was going to be my next pick.
Yeah, I knew I can get him as a low draft pick.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with JD Martinez. I'm gonna go with JD Martinez. This is a proven playoff performer. JD absolutely rakes on the biggest stage when the lights are bright. I think JD Martinez is looking to have a big year this year. I think he's going to reestablish himself as one of the best hitters in the game. So I'll take JD Martinez. It's not the sexy pick, but for my cleanup guy, you already got Mookie, you already got Soto, you got Machado. You need a guy that can clear those bases. I like him in the cleanup spot, so give me JD.
Well,
damn it.
We're down to 2, and I got you beat here because I'm taking Xander Bogaerts all day. I'm taking the X-Man because I don't have to worry about him playing defense.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about him playing defense. Postseason had his ups and downs, but
we're not talking about no postseason.
I'm trying to win the World Series.
You know, drafts are these fake fantasy things. They don't go into postseason. They don't take those stats into consideration. It's all about regular season, baby.
Well,
and I feel like, man,
I guess by default,
it's a good lineup.
It's not.
Hey, Preller, call me. I'll help you out, bro.
So give me Jake Cronenworth. Hey, we saw Cronenworth get that hit off of Vesia, the go-ahead hit in Game 4. Former Michigan Wolverine. I'm going with Jake Cronenworth because that's all that's left.
Well, I mean, you don't need to only go with those guys. You got other dudes.
No, we went with the top 5. That's when the player poll, right?
I mean, I just wrote down names.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone, with other. You could have gone with somebody like Ha-Seong Kim if you wanted. Gets you on base.
I just did the top 5 in their lineup.
I would not like you if you got
Cronenworth. Look, Cronenworth is fine. I like my lineup. I still think you're looking at proven playoff performers. You're looking at proven winners. Manny Machado to me is the wild card because if you get a hot
Padres fan,
Manny Machado, but I still got Mookie Betts. I still got JD Martinez.
One collab and he's a Padres fan.
He has 2 teams filled, or he has a roster here filled with players from 2 teams that beat the Dodgers in the postseason. I'm just saying.
I got one. Wait,
you got Mookie and JD.
I got once a Dodger, always a Dodger. Manny Machado,
a guy who helped cost the Dodgers a World Series in 2018. I'm not going with that.
When Machado's career is over, he will be remembered as a Dodger.
Anyways, I'm sure everybody is tuned out by now, but that was fun. It's different. It's not the same, BS everybody's talking about. But I really like my lineup here, so I got to put mine in order. I got to go Nando leadoff, Freddie, Will, Muncy, Xander. Oh man, what a good lineup! You guys are lucky to just have.
You
such
took my precious Will Smith. I should have just quit right
back
there.
in the day, we used to have a segment. It was called FRGM, and as you can see, I still got it, baby.
You got a nice lineup. I mean, you just don't know if Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to be suspended or not. Because if he's suspended for steroids, it's going to be tough. Okay, you're not going to have the juice.
Listen, it's over that era. It's over that era.
Nando.
Right? He's a new. He's an all new Nando.
But let us know down below in the comment section, who do you think has the better lineup, Clint or I? Who would you pick for your top 5? I like yours, Clint. I'm not going to lie. You took my Will Smith. But I think people are underestimating Mookie Betts at the top of that lineup. Betts, he can get it done. So I'm feeling good about that. But next, we're going to talk about Kenley Jansen, right?
Got to talk about Kenley Jansen. We're going to shift gears drastically here, and we got to talk about old friend Mr. Kenley Jansen. He goes out and picks up career save number 400. So that was really cool to see. You wish it wouldn't be with Boston, but it is what it is. At least he's got the Dodgers East over there with him because he has JT, one of his boys. That's one of his best friends in baseball. Right there alongside him. Kike, another dude who's been around him for most of his career. And then you have other guys, Doogie's there. I don't know who else they have over there at this point now in Boston, but it's really cool to see. And there's a lot of touching moments around the thing. And also, you got Kenley Jansen touching 99 with a cut fastball now. Don't know where this guy came from, but yeah, this talks about some Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, so the first thought, well, first of all, I couldn't be happier for a guy that was a converted catcher that went on to be one of the best relievers in the game. They went on to make over $100 million in his career. Mm-hmm. He's already won. The question here, though, is does he belong in the Hall of Fame? Is he a Hall of Famer? And I think, for me, the answer right now is no. Do I think he belongs in the Dodgers Legends group? I do. Do I think if there was a Hall of Fame for relievers, he would be in that? I do as well. But if you look at Kenley Jansen, for his career, he's sitting at 400 saves. that, of course, 350 came with the Dodgers. If you look at his WAR, sitting at 20.5, 3-time All-Star, 2-time reliever of the year, a 2-time saves leader. But look, I think what he's missing is those indelible postseason moments. And he has pitched a lot in the postseason. There's no doubt about that. He has had success in the postseason, but you don't think of him getting the final out in the World Series. You saw what happened in Game 2 when he blew the lead to the Astros. Marwin Gonzalez gets that home run. You think of Game 4 in 2020 where he blew that lead. So there are some moments that you look at Kenley Jansen and you say, oh, it's the California adventure. It's a guy that couldn't get it done on the biggest stage, but his productivity throughout his career is undeniable. If you look at right now, he's 7th all-time in saves, and he can catch Billy Wagner, who's at 422. He can catch John Franco. He can catch Frankie Rodriguez. But the reality is, Billy Wagner, he isn't in the Hall of Fame, and he's a guy that is going to fall off the ballot soon. And he has more WAR at over 27.
I mean, him not being in the Hall of Fame, that's more a travesty on the Hall of Fame voting than anything, in my opinion, because they've never respected the old guard of voters. Did not respect the closer because that at the time the 1-inning save was a newfangled thing. They only liked the old school dudes who either threw a complete game or came in and threw a 3-inning. Through the last 3 innings to earn the save, because you had to put in the work to get the save back in the day. So you get these old dudes out, and you get some of the people who understand the game now in there. I think Kenley could be one of those guys. He's not going to be a first ballot, but he can be one of those guys that ends up in the Hall of Fame. And he's still got some years in the tank. He very much loves his job. And he wants to keep doing this. So, I don't think he's getting to 500. But he did put up a 41 save year last year. He's looked really good with the Red Sox so far. 0.77 ERA. I think only 7 saves because the Sox aren't that good. I think. I don't know. I know they're not in first place, so that's all that matters. They're not even in second place. Shout out to our Orioles. But in reality, Frankie Rodriguez probably should be a Hall of Famer because you need to reward people that do this job, and it's one of the more lucrative jobs in baseball at this moment.
Yeah, no, I think it's a specialized.
Down,
it has gone down, and I think when Hall of Fame voters look at that, they're going to say you don't have the innings pitched like you see some of those other relievers that are in Cooperstown. And right now, there's only 8 relievers that have made the Hall of Fame. We're talking about a sport that has had over 20,000 big leaguers, only 8 relievers in the Hall of Fame, and you got guys like Dennis Eckersley, who has experience as a starter. You got Raleigh Fingers, Goose Gossage, Lee Smith, Bruce Sutter, Hoyt Wilhelm, Trevor Hoffman, Mariano Rivera. I mean, I don't think Kenley Jansen fits in with those names as of right now. I think if he has 2 or 3 more years where he's productive, he's getting close to 450 to 460 saves, he also has some postseason moments, maybe you can have that conversation. But right now, the reality is, if the question is, if his career ended today, would he be voting the Hall of Fame? It's unequivocally no. He would not be enshrined in Cooperstown. And I'm a very small Hall guy. Look, sorry, man. I'm like an exclusive club in LA. Okay? You can't get in. All right? Like, you have to be so great. The bar for the Hall of Fame, first of all, you would have to let guys in like Wagner, maybe Kimbrel, maybe Frankie Rodriguez, other guys that had really strong careers, other guys that had postseason success. But I think right now he comes up short. But I still think, like I said, this guy has already won in life. A converted catcher that has gone on to be the reliever of his generation, one of them.
The story is definitely something bigger. But also, if you're talking about playoff. The playoffs meaning something, and that story meaning something, you can't not look at Frankie Rodriguez as an option for the Hall then, because, dude, in his rookie year, helped win a World Series for Anaheim.
Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty high on the idea of Frankie Rodriguez in the Hall of Fame. I mean, if you look at his numbers, he actually has pitched a lot in the postseason, 36 2/3 innings. He has that World Series that he basically put that Angels team on his back. If you look at his rate stats, his count stats, they're definitely impressive. But, I mean, if you look at his WAR, he's at 24.2. Billy Wagner's at 27.1. The flip side on Billy Wagner, though, is he retired a little early. Also, he only pitched like 11, 12 innings in the postseason. Didn't have those moments. I think you have to stick in the voters' minds as a guy that went off in the postseason, carried a team like Mariano Rivera. And yeah, Kenley, he could get there. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is not like, let's say he got his 400 save with the Dodgers, right? and it was that version of Kenley, you'd be like, oh, nah. But no, my man's hitting 99 now. My man is looking like he's turned back the clock, and it's vintage Kenley. So if he puts together a couple more quality years, maybe it's a possibility. But another thing I want to ask you, though.
All I'm learning in hearing you is that if you have like 1 or 2 good postseason series, you're a Hall of Famer. So welcome to the Hall of Fame. Welcome to Cooperstown, Joe Kelly. Let's go. Didn't do it with the Dodgers, but
look, so that's what I'm saying. Look, there's a higher bar for closers.
There's a higher bar
John
because
Lackey
of
had
somebody
38.
like you who doesn't vote in
Small hall.
the people that put in the work.
You gotta get bottle service. You gotta get
it's about time, and it's about what am I looking for? Counting stats. In their job, these are some of the best people in their field. You're talking about somebody who's 7th on that list, so there's 6 people ahead of him, and there's only, of all those people, there's only, 3 people in the Hall of Fame that are on that top 6 list? That's a little weak. It's a little weak to me, and that's, again, to me, that's just a symptom of the old voting style. They did not appreciate, they did not respect the save as it became, in the Eckersley era. They didn't respect that 1-inning save. But we want to know your guys' thoughts. Is Kenley a Hall of Famer, and did the Dodgers make a mistake letting Kenley Jansen go? But there, put you on the spot, called out your ish.
I still feel good what I said.
No respect for Kenley Jansen.
A lot of respect. I mean, you bring up the innings. Raleigh Fingers, he has 341 saves, but he has pitched over 1,700 innings. So that is really the big difference in voters' eyes, because back then you were talking about relievers going 3, 4 innings possibly to end games, where Kenley more of a specialist. We've seen him go multiple innings. But yeah, right now he's really in the Hall of really, really good.
That's fair.
Not in the Hall of Fame, but it's still a win.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer right now for sure.
Yeah, I think he almost picked the wrong team, too. I think he picked the wrong team. If I was Kenley Jansen, I would have gone to a team, get some stats, get a bigger opportunity to have an impact in the postseason, because I think that's going to go a long way in cementing his legacy. And, yeah, I think, look, there's only 8 of those guys. It's just like kickers in the NFL. There's only 4 kickers that are Hall of Famers in the NFL. Vinatieri would probably be a first ballot. I want to get in the weeds on that. But, I mean, you look at Kenley Jansen, he's a guy, I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame, but a question I want to ask you, though, is when you see the success that he's having, last year, led the league in saves, had 41 saves, something like that. I think it was 41. This year, he's touching 99. He's looking really good again. If you look at his contract, 2 years, $32 million, yeah, that might be a little high, but this is a Dodger team that has told us, wait, we kind of want a established closer. We made a trade for Craig Kimbrell to be that guy. This year, Daniel Hudson, he would be that guy. Do you think the Dodgers made a mistake in letting Kenley Jansen go?
I mean, it's a tough question. I was okay with it at the time, letting him walk, but that was also not the plan. They did want to bring him back. He wanted to come back, but in that odd period, just coming out of the lockout, they wanted to clear some payroll. They couldn't figure out how to do that in time, and he said, look, I'm going to go out and get some money. The Braves want to give me money. I'm going to take it right now. I need that security. I need to know that I have a job. We don't know what kind of offer the Dodgers were even going to throw on the table. We know they wanted to cut that money. They found a way to do it with the Pollock Kimbrell swap. All that said, it's easy to say right now, yeah, they made a mistake. But at the time, we know what he was like in 18, in 19, in 20. He wasn't he wasn't how he got back to being in 21. You didn't know which version you were going to get. And even technically in 22, he wasn't that good. He had like 3.5 ERA or something like that. To the question, no, they did not make a mistake. Right now, would it have been nice had they brought him back, here for 23? We can definitely say, yeah, but that's the added benefit of hindsight. But what do you think?
I think, look, you look at the deal he signed with the Braves. It was a 1-year, $16 million deal. It was essentially the same as what Kimbrell was being paid. If there was a possibility, we know that Kenley was still in talks with the Dodgers, and he, like you said, he just didn't want to wait. We also know that the Braves kind of want to get one up on the Dodgers after the Dodgers had just signed Freddie Freeman. So I think there was some gamesmanship in that. I think if you could have gotten Kenley back then on a team-friendly deal, he could give the Dodgers a little bit of a hometown discount. I think that would have made some sense, especially when you consider Tommy Kahnle, Blake Treinen, some of these guys really haven't worked out. Kenley, he's going to post. He's going to be out there on the mound. When you consider you can miss bats, Consider
Yeah.
barrel rate, his fastball spin, and the evolution of Kenley, his extension. I would have kind of liked to see him end his career with the Dodgers. I think
still
looking
can.
back, we still can, but I mean, I think I need peak Kenley right now. I mean, imagine him getting his 400 save at Dodger Stadium. It would have been
That
electric,
would've
but
been really nice.
but it didn't happen. So I mean, he's with the Dodgers East, right? The
Yeah,
Boston Blue Sox.
At least he had Kike, he had JT there. That was pretty cool. Like
Dodgers retirement home.
Carl here says Jansen's time with the Dodgers ran its course. That's a really good point. It's like when you compare him with Kimbrel, you'd rather have had Jansen 100% last year. But I agree with that. It did run its course, and I mean, most of 2018, 2019, 2020 version of this show, a lot of it that was dedicated to talking about Kenley and all of the problems. I mean, that just really happens with the nature of the closer. You do that, you fail that job at the end of the game, then all eyes on you. But it took a good stretch of being really bad for us to start talking about Alex Vesia this year because he wasn't a closer. But anyways, congrats, Kenley Jansen. It's really cool to see. Save 400. Got the boys there. Awesome tribute video they put together. They got cameos from everybody. You know, I think they had to pay.
Dropped a bag on Cameo.
Yeah, they had to pay the $95 to Kershaw and Joe Torre in there. AJ Ellis with the pop up in it. Pretty cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I saw
Cried
one.
a little bit.
I saw one. They didn't use it. Dodgers DM or something like that.
Man,
Yeah.
Didn't use yours. They didn't
Messed
use you
up.
on nice tweets.
Nice tweet. Jeez, got shafted. But hey, that also begs the question too. Kenley pitching much better outside of LA. Cody Bellinger playing much better outside of LA. Craig Kimbrel joins the Dodgers. He's a bust. This whole notion that everyone that puts on this Dodgers uniform turns to gold. If you really look at, I think it's a casual take at this point. I have to admit. I think there's a lot of success stories. There's a lot of success stories, no question about it. But Noah Syndergaard's another example. It seems like for every great reclamation project, you can point to one that wasn't as successful. So yeah, you have to feel good for Kenley Jansen. I hope that he had success for the rest of his career. Don't think he'll end up in Cooperstown at the end of the day, but man, a hell of a run by the big fella.
So DKM has a question here, and I'm going to end it with his right here. But instead, I'm going to change it slightly because he says name the top 5 greatest closer entrances of all time. I want the top 3 greatest closer entrances of all time from you.
I mean, Mariano Rivera, definitely number 1. I think Kenley Fornia, I'm a big Tupac fan. Pretty my favorite artist of all time, so I'd say Tupac, California Love, number 2. Then, yeah, you have to go Eric Gagne.
Thank you.
You have to go Eric Gagne as number 3. But I think Eric Gagne, that was one of those things. Remember that Twitter trend a few years ago, you had to be there? That was the ultimate you had to be there in Dodger history. It was before like this nice Dodger stand that you know today. The shapes of the scoreboards were different shapes. It was a little run down.
Back then when they wanted to start Dodger Stadium, they had to crank it.
Yeah, exactly. You had like an 8-bit game over graphic when he was coming out, but
Beardy
that
shirts.
literally look at I have goosebumps.
Oh,
look
he
at,
does. Look at that.
I
You should
literally
get that checked.
goosebumps.
It really was. It was an.
I have goosebumps just thinking about it.
It was. You know the
I'm moving him to number 1.
I was surprised you didn't. I understand he was put on the spot, but the adage was or is Dodger fans arrive late and leave early. You did not leave early in the Eric Gagne era. It was brief, but damn, was it a good time.
It was.
Y'all kids missed out.
No, that was he was the biggest star in the Dodgers. I mean, 82 consecutive saves. It was unbelievable. I mean 84 consecutive saves. He was unbelievable. So, yeah, no one will ever forget that era, the game over era. And it's pretty much all we kind of had at one point, all we had to look forward to. But
he had some good pitching.
Yeah, 2004 is really good. Yeah, I mean,
03,
limit time.
02, 03 rotation or all the pitching staff was really good. Set up man, Guillermo Mota.
Oh, man.
Dallas Perez.
What was his number, 58? Pretty sure
59.
59.
No, you bring the facts.
I love Guillermo. I used to know how to read those. I didn't know how to read those names back then, so I was like, I love Guillermo.
Those names.
Those names. I didn't have I didn't read any names.
Guillermo Mota.
Guillermo Mota.
No mames way. But guys,
84 consecutive. What a time.
Appreciate you hanging out with us as always. Go Dodgers. Do the thing. Did you have something? Oh, I thought you had something. Find us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. Go there, read every single thing we write. It keeps the lights on for us. Subscribe to Blue Heaven on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. We live there. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. Doug talked to the dude who wrote this book about Fernando, and you're going to learn some stuff from it for sure. Stuff you probably won't like, but good stuff from always with Doug. A lot of Doug on the Blue Heaven feed there on the iTunes and all the stuff. Subscribe to youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit the bell, leave the like, leave a comment on every video. Helps out the algorithms a whole bunch. I am Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram. That guy is DMAC_LA on Twitter and Instagram. We are Dodgers Nation. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Find us in all the spots. We'll see you on Monday. Go Dodgers. Go sweep. Bye.